Morning, everybody. David Atkins, target individual. Today I'm talking about honey trap techniques and strategies. But first, I want to say a Bible scripture. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. Psalms 34:19. Okay, we're going to start with the seductor or seductress. In this classic rendition of honey trapping, a female operative is also often deployed to establish a romantic or emotional connection with the target. The operative carefully cultivates a relationship, gradually gaining target individual's trust and extracting valuable information over time. The charmer. A charismatic and charming operative will use their social skills to infiltrate a target individual's social circle or professional network. This approach relies on building rapport and exploiting the target individual's desire for social validation. The cyber tempter or temptress. With the advent of the digital age, honey trapping has become a part of a dark realm online, especially through the dark web. Organized stalkers and government perpetrators will assume false online identities to engage with target individuals on social media app platforms, dating apps, or through email correspondence. The goal is to extract sensitive information or lure the target into compromising situations to manipulate and deceive the target individual for the purpose of mapping out and reverse engineering the will and intellect of the emotion of the victims. For instance, my handler Honeypot was always putting fear in me. If I put something in front of the door to barricade it, she would pull it off and say, "Hey, they're coming to get you. We're going to kill you." Blah 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 blah. I'm putting it in my head, and I was dealing with that because I was in love with her. So it was stupid on my part, but I fell for it. And she was distracting. She saw what made me scared, and she'd done that to get reactions to map out and reverse engineer my will and intellect and emotions. The corporate siren. In job-related environments, honey trapping is employed to generate insider threats, corporate espionage, or unethical behavior. Operatives may be tasked with infiltrating a company's workforce to gather information on employees, which can be used to them for blackmail, extortion, and other malicious activities. The espionage expert. Intelligence agencies utilize honey trapping as a tool for national security, but in reality, it's a tool of entrapment using disinformation or lies, misinformation or half truths, misdirection, street theater and cyber theater, indirection, misattribution. Skilled operatives will engage targeted individuals in strategic seduction operations to obtain critical information or important information from the victim. Privacy invasion. Consent and other harm to target individuals are part of honey traps. Private investigators don't adhere to any ethical guidelines to ensure their actions remain within legal boundaries because they are trying to make a dollar and they know target individuals no longer have any human rights left. Consent to seduction is a principle which they care nothing about, and investigators will coerce or manipulate target individuals against their will to commit crimes or divulge sensitive information. Community-based agents are simply private investigators who keep security clearance after retiring from the military, police, or government, and are central figures in the heart of honey trapping. The traits of professionalism, discretion, and ethical conduct means nothing to them when they know it. When it comes to targeting individuals, it doesn't matter. Such people have no legal rights because they've been stripped away by the government. Honey trapping is a practice that carries great risk for targeting individuals. Private investigators have their legal activities meticulously planned out by daily artificial intelligence supercomputers, and those investigators follow the blueprint of supercomputer, which evolves in real time based on daily activities of the victim and their illegal covert operations against target individuals. These community-based agents also play a crucial role in post-operation debriefings and assessments, providing the government fusion centers with actionable insights and recommendations to be used against target individuals in the future. The art of honey trapping is a central facet of operations private investigator, community-based agent whose illegal and unethical behavior against target individuals is dictated and orchestrated daily by the artificial intelligence supercomputer. When it comes to targeting individuals, there's no rules or ethics, or private investigators know they can use honey trapping as a powerful tool to set up, frame, or mind hobble the victims. And what I mean by that is like when I fell in love with my handler or my honeypot, I was telling them everything. They knew everything about me, my fears, what set me off. Well, because the gang stalking stuff was going on at the same time, so they got to log in what ticked me off, what made me this way, what made me that way, all while I'm getting gang stalked and perp. They're right there watching it, not even showing no care. A lot of time, honeypots won't show that they care at all. Um, when you're going through stuff like gang stalking or if you're getting perped or what I'm saying, they'll act like they don't care. Every time we would come home, the trailer door would be open. She wouldn't be worried about it. My computer came up missing for 2 weeks, then came back in the same spot. Oh, maybe you didn't look there. That's the first place I looked. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't care what's going on with you. When you tell them, oh, I've been burnt by microwave weapons, they don't care. There's no fine line between seduction and ethics. Private investigators navigate a diabolical and insidiously evil, complex underworld to serve in the government's pursuit of total destruction of target individuals. Community-based agents are the ones who control the organized stalking used against activists, dissidents, and whistleblowers. Intelligence agencies are targeting activists, whistleblowers, and dissidents in real space groups using community-based agents. Community-based agents are responsible for the organized stalking, gaslighting, used against target individuals in which almost always prior military, government, retired law enforcement, and so on. People who have some degree of expertise in the area of surveillance and counter surveillance. Another thing you got to watch for if somebody's on a call, a target individual call, and they tell somebody else, "Oh, I got a question to ask you after the call. I'll call you after the call's over." Why can't you ask that question now? Or I got something to tell you when the call's over. Why can't you tell it in front of everybody unless it's about one of the people in the call? You see what I'm saying? CBAs are used by shadow government to target victims for training, research, and development in artificial superintelligence technologies. Try tracing them using their names back to the state register for private detectives. Since 9/11, each private detective, security consultant, etc., has to register with each state registry they work in, even if temporary workers such as those under contract. Literally overnight, several private detectives moved in right next to me, and I was able to identify them and trace them back to the state register to determine who they worked for, namely Kevin Fuick. And the person who sent me this information is the one who's talking about this right now. Those prior military retired law enforcement so on have clearances and they keep those security clearances after they retire. That allows them to double dip collecting their pension while being paid under the table as a community based agents to direct the paradigm of torture and assassination against target individuals. Using smart city technology, community based agents have access to automated, active, and adaptive system of real time exascale artificial superintelligence supercomputers which are coordinating, analyzing, predicting, enabling, and directing the paradigm of the organized stalking against targeted individuals in real time, allowing CIA, DIA, hive mind teams hiding behind and using law enforcement agencies to do their dirty work, to utilize police departments and their army informants turned into provocateurs against the victim to predict and detect in advance the choice reference patterns of those target individuals as those choice memories are forming in real time, enabling fusion centers and CBAs to take proactive measure to stay ahead of or counter in real time the target individual and potentially prevent the mind control victim from defeating the R&M technology. Artificial superintelligence computers via internet are using a strategy called interconnection via the internet to exchange real-time data and information between community-based agents, police, and their army of informant provocateurs as to the location activities of the victim, achievable in real time because of the Internet of Things. The target individual's daily activities and other information is effectively triaged and analyzed for actionable insights and subsequently disseminated to the appropriate agencies and individuals, surveillance teams, organized stalkers, etc., in a useful time frame. This allows the CBAs to take proactive measures to stay ahead of and evaluate any new incident patterns throughout the city as the target individual tries to function and survive. This allows the fusion centers to forecast a favorite hotspot of the target individual to proactively allocate resources and deploy personnel, organized stalking, resulting in improved force effectiveness to neutralize the activist, dissident, and whistleblower in real time. Digital video tech around the world is growing both in the private sector and the public sector. The R&M supercomputers use analytics on these digital video systems for real-time operations and can generate alerts in real time based on certain events concerning the victim, but also for the use as a forensic tool against the victim. Smart city technologies are using a smart surveillance system, which allows the remote neural monitoring system to piggyback off law enforcement agencies and use digital video monitoring systems against the mind control victim. And that offering enables the end users, hive mind teams, or surveillance teams to view, monitor, and digitally record the daily activities of a target individual while archiving it over an IP network, allowing real-time access to the critical information regarding the daily activities of the victim as the target moves around the city. Everything they do is a game of deception and manipulation, nothing more. Do not accept anything they say as a truth, and do not acknowledge anything the system interrogates you about as truth. The system will take random bits of anything it captures through your senses and fabricate stories which they will use to harass and interrogate you with no intention other than to distract and torture you into submission to the system's influence. And honeypots are bad. I mean, I've ran into about 6 or 7 of them my whole life, or since I've been targeted, and they are real slick at what they do. You got to watch them, but you can always remember they have no sympathy for you, no sympathy at all when it comes to your targeting. They have no feelings. You're telling them you're targeted, and they have no feelings. They don't care. They don't even believe you sometimes. So anyway, God bless you, all target individuals. Y'all have a good day, best day you can targeted, and try to stay positive. God bless.